seeing him, I'm filled with an emotion and feelings that only usually existed when I was, let's just say, doing substances.
Yeah.
The love that you have is like transcendent. It's like you're filled with like this whole thing, like when you're like looking at him. Oh man, welcome to the Asian Not Asian podcast. I'm Mike Nguyen.
I'm Jenny Arimoto.
And we're doing a double header today. Mm-hmm. And we just had brunch.
Yes, I held your son in my arms.
How was that?
I was so nervous the whole time. He did kind of fuss a little bit, and I was like, "Oh my god, he hates me." No. But he's so cute, unbelievably cute.
Thank you. He is very cute.
Overall, pretty chill.
He's pretty chill.
Yeah.
He's a good baby.
He was pretty good up until a certain point where I was like, I need to get out of this woman's arms.
Yeah. Then he clawed you in the face.
Yeah.
I don't post any pictures of him.
I don't think you don't have to if you don't want to.
You know, it's not like I'm trying to make a statement or anything like that, because there's so many pictures. I have so many fucking pictures of him now.
Yeah.
And I guess I just don't know how to feel, because I always think about like it can't, these images can't be destroyed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I mean, I send my photos out to people, like to my friends. I text them to people, so I know it's like they're going out there. But it's just weird. And recently my iPhone recognized him as a face. Yeah. So I was like mixed feelings about that. I'm like, oh man, now Apple knows about this baby.
Yeah. I get it.
It's going up into some sort of storage facility somewhere.
I mean, I generally have a hard time posting up my personal life publicly in general. So I can't imagine like baby level, where it's like your offspring.
Right.
And they don't have a say.
That was one of the things. I don't know. Maybe he's really cute though.
He is really cute.
It does feel like I'm doing a crime of the world of not sharing him. It's like I have the cure to all diseases, and I'm just not telling anyone.
I think when he is in a outfit that you're like, the world needs to see this outfit, that's the moment to do it.
Right. Oh, how we were talking on the last episode when he's dressed like a sushi.
Exactly. You're like, that's actually the moment.
Yeah.
Like wait till you have that kind of energy come through you where you're like, the world must see this, and then that's kind of when it's the right thing to do.
What is it the kids say, fits that go hard?
Yeah. When that fit goes hard. Why was that so unnatural when I said it? It felt wrong. When that fit goes so hard. It made me feel gross.
I want to tell my mom to say it, and I'm going to compare who said it more awkwardly.
And I think your mom is going to say it cooler than me, because that was horrible.
I'm going to literally hand her like a note card that says, "Mom, read these words." And she'll be like, "Fits that go hard," and I'm like, and I'm like, "That was great.
That was really good line delivery. You booked actually
way better than the way that Jenny did it." Yes, this is welcome to the podcast. We're having a lot of fun here. Very quickly, if you are listening and you like what you hear, leave us a review. You can hit 5 stars on the podcast app and leave a review. If you're on Spotify, you can hit follow. And if you were listening on YouTube, which I think more and more people are on YouTube, which is nice, you can hit subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and leave us a comment. What's your fit that goes hard?
Isn't that what we asked the last one?
Oh no, we did. We asked like, what's your baller shirt or something like that.
How about like, what's like a Gen Z slang that you have a difficulty using?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like, I don't use dead ass.
I don't know how that is used.
Yeah. You could hear the way I just said it.
Yes.
I mean, someone had to explain to me where it comes from.
Where does it come from?
Dead ass serious? I'm
dead ass serious. Oh.
Wait, what was it? Oh, I already forgot the explanation.
That? Yeah.
I'm so old. My memory is also escaping me.
We're old because we're like looking at the etymology of it. We're like, very, very interesting, Professor Bapalabu.
It was because I was saying that new slang it moves so quick.
It does.
That like saying lit is out.
Oh, for
you know,
sure.
things like that. Like where like Vibes is probably going to be out soon. Like things are just going to probably move quicker because of the internet. And I was saying, I don't know how words seem so random now that I feel like I could say anything and be like, that's slang. And people will be like, okay.
Yeah.
And so I was talking about that and I was like, where does dead ass even come from? And then someone was like, I know. And they explained to me and I already forgot. So this is not an interesting story. I couldn't close it out.
I would love the word vibes.
I love the word so vibes. Good. I do. I use it a lot.
It's lazy. I will say it's lazy.
But that's why I like it.
Yeah. It's the same thing as like energy. It's like, oh, you have a very whatever energy today.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I just use the word like energy, aura a lot. So vibes fit perfectly into that.
Yeah. Vibes is good. I hope, man, I hope that doesn't go away. Yeah. Aura. How about maybe can we bring in mana? Huh?
What's mana?
Mana is magical power.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's from Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
Among other things. But
I'm a jock. I don't know what that means.
I'm a jock.
I'm kind of a big football player type of gal.
All right. If you're enjoying this mana, then go ahead and leave us a review, or you can check us out on Patreon. You can support us on Patreon. You know, send us some mana on Patreon. There you go.
Yeah.
Patreon is the best way to support the podcast. Go to patreon.com/Asian on Asian Pod, and you can get a shout out on the podcast where we guess your ethnicity. We got one today. This is a chill one, man. This is a chill one. Last time. We had a Brazilian Japanese person. This one, Alan Lee.
What a classic name.
Or it could be Lee.
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese.
Right?
Yep.
Because that's how they spell. My friend has that last name.
My friend also has that last name. And Vietnamese people were like, 2 E's? Fuck that. I don't got fucking time for this.
Do you know why, like, because the sound I'm assuming is close in other languages, why Vietnamese last names are 1 E? Do they sound different in Vietnamese? It's not. This isn't Lee. Lay?
I think it's Lay. I could be wrong. Matter of fact, 100% sure I'm wrong. 100% sure it's actually pronounced like Phong or something like that. I can't. Anytime I do Vietnamese, like 5 Vietnamese dorks come out of the woodwork and correct my Vietnamese.
Yeah, they're like, you don't represent us.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay, I grew up in a bowl of pho.
I am a bowl of pho. So trust
Bowls
me, I know.
of pho literally come up and they get sentient. And they're like, blah, 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 and they go, you're pronouncing me wrong. But this person is Vietnamese. Although Alan, you know, that was one of the names I was going to name my son was Alain. Alain.
Oh,
yeah.
Alain. Isn't that French?
Yeah, it's like a French
I was gonna say, what a French ass name.
That's a French ass name.
Wow, Alain. That's like a very cool name.
Because so my mom, my name is Michael, obviously, and I was named after my mom does. She told me this once, and now ever since then she disavowed it. But she told me once that I was named Michael after a character that Alain Delon played, who is this famous French actor.
Yeah.
And he, so he played a character. The character's name was Michael, and so she liked Michael, and I'm named Michael. But I always thought Alain was from Alain Delon was always a cute name.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be cute.
It is cute, but it's also the people who colonized.
That's the trick, though, isn't it? That's the trick, though. It's like
the colonizers.
But like, you know, like but like, you know, we took their bread. That was cool. We got their coffee. We made it better.
Yeah.
Seriously, you ever do French people even? Yeah, they do, but it's like espresso. Whack.
Right.
Whack.
Yeah, you made it better.
We made it.
Y'all made
put
it better.
Fucking condensed milk in that motherfucker.
Condensed milk is kind of the key.
Condensed milk makes everything. It's cheating.
Yeah.
If you put condensed milk on,
it makes it automatically delicious.
Like a fucking hot dog, it'll be
perfect.
Out of control.
Yeah.
So that's So Alan or Alain, maybe you're Alain.
Right.
Alain Lee.
Alain Lee.
Vietnamese
for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thanks,
again,
Alan.
If you want to check us out and support the podcast, it's patreon.com/Asian not Asian pod. We want to get started?
Let's get started. Mike, what kind of Asian were you this week?
Yo, I was a Mr. Mom Asian.
Oh.
Because I've started my leave.
Oh, that's right.
Again. I was, in New York State, if you're a company of a certain size, you get 12 weeks off paid for by the state, which is tight. Okay. communism works. No,
I don't think this is communism.
Not communism. So yeah, so I get leave from my company and from the state. And I took some leave before when my son was first born. And then I went back to work and because I wanted to save it so that my wife could take her leave. Her leave was just ending and I came on. That's why we went to Charleston. And I just finished my first week of like, I guess, at-home leave.
Yeah.
Where I'm the main person who watches my son. Mm-hmm. And it has been awesome.
Oh, good.
Every day is kind of like that show Old Enough. Where
Yeah.
I wake up and I'm like, my wife tells me, Mike, you got to go to the store and you got to get some bread.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're
I'm
the baby.
Yeah.
Got it. You are the baby.
I am the baby.
And your wife is telling you what to do.
She gives me the bag that has the microphone in it. And she gives me a little flag so I can cross the street. And she's like, Mike, you have to go and you have to get some salted fish.
Yes.
And you have to get some coffee. Okay. And then I'm like, And then on the way back, if you want to get yourself an ice cream from here, you can. Here's $5.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. And I that's every day.
Yeah.
So like I
and in between you like start crying. You're like, I forgot what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, no,
and then you're like, everyone's going to die if I don't bring back this salted fish.
If I don't bring that salted fish, I'll never see my parents ever again.
Yeah.
So that's the stress that I have. But yeah, I wake up. We have like a little morning thing. Either I get coffee, or I make it and stuff. And then I'm just like the morning activity. Then I'm making lunch for everybody. Mm-hmm. So we're making a little lunch, and then we're going to the store doing my errands. I've been going to the grocery store so much because why not? I got it's a fun thing to do, and you're I don't want to say even like the ingredients are fresher. It's just like you're in tune with what you're going to eat because it's like, okay, today I'm making whatever. I've been making a lot of Vietnamese food.
That's awesome.
So I'm making a lot of Vietnamese food. So I'm like, I get home and I'm cooking and we're eating dinner. And by that time we're done, it's almost time for bed for my son. And really like it goes by like, it's just like, rhythmically speaking, it's just like a nice, almost medieval way of doing.
Totally.
I'm not like on Instagram all the time, like thinking about stuff. I mean, I am, but like, it just removes you a little bit from work time, 8:30 a.m., emails, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Okay, got to eat my lunch really fast. Okay, back to emails and Zoom calls. And then, by the time, you're done, it's like 6 o'clock and, oh no, I got to start dinner, you know. So
you can just exist.
You just exist.
I famously have not worked for a year. And
Amazing.
I will say, at first I was wondering, will I feel bored? Because I'm so used to having a 40-hour work week. Mm-hmm. And let me say, I'm never bored. There's so much to do. Like
so much to do.
Just like cooking dinner or exercise, like going on a run or a long walk.
Yeah.
Or just like having time to read and not feeling like you're wasting time. Little things like that where you're like, oh, existing in itself is great and also takes up time.
I think it's just so nice to have that time to just like not be in capital. I mean, you're in capitalism, but you know what I'm saying? You're not like at the controls of the machine.
Yeah.
Right, you know what I'm saying? You're just kind of like doing your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you exercise a lot?
Well, I ran a half marathon, which I already brought up on the last episode. But because of that, I was running a lot.
Damn.
Like I would run 5 days a week.
Oh my God.
And like one of those would be like somewhere between 7 to 10 miles.
What?
When I was training.
Well, still.
Yeah, because I had time and I was like, when else am I going to prioritize?
Did you like wake up
better running
early in the morning to do it?
No, because I had kind of all day because I was not working.
But it's so hot, like hot.
Now in summer, it's been hard. I go in the mornings or I go at night.
You still doing it? You still running?
Not as much, but I try to run like 3 times a week.
Did you run in high school?
No, I was a swimmer.
Oh, that's right.
So this is just like a new thing. It's hard to swim actively as an adult.
It is hard to swim.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do the New York City Triathlon. I feel we have to.
Do you swim?
I swam in high school.
Oh, okay.
And I kept up with swimming. I'm not like a great swimmer, but I think it would be fun. I've done some indoor triathlons.
Yeah.
And those have been chill. And it's, swimmers in triathlons always like crush the swimming and they were like super slow at running.
Yeah.
That's like the joke. I think that's cool. that you, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been nice to do the dad thing.
So nice. Do you feel like you're bonding with your son? I mean, I don't know how much you can bond at this stage, but like having a moment.
I think so. I have to say that like the first fucking, it's like the universe at the beginning of the universe. At the beginning of the universe, everything changed so quickly.
Yeah.
That it was like, you know, one moment it's just a singularity.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next moment they're driving. You know, and the next moment they're off to college. So like that I feel is what it's like with him. Every single day is like a new thing. Mm-hmm. And I would have missed all of those things if I don't have leave.
Right.
Or be at home.
Right.
Right? Like he looks fucking different. You met him.
I know. I was like every time
you see him.
I understand the passage of time because I see him change.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
He has doubled in size.
Yeah. I know the next time I'm here, he's going to be like taller than me.
He's going to be taller than you, have a mustache.
Yeah, have a mustache.
You know, ask you to prom. It'll be really cute. But yeah, I think it's just crazy that, so if I didn't have this and I was like, you know, away somewhere to like miss all these things. So I think that's really important. I like to think that maybe he is like, you know, I'm getting in there with his like primordial circuitry.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm like really embedded in like I'm the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he seems to kind of recognize that now.
Can I say too, I mean, okay, I'm sorry about all the child content, but seeing him, I'm filled with an emotion and feelings that only usually existed when I was let's just say doing substances.
Yeah.
The love that you have is like transcendent. It's like you're filled with like this whole thing, like when you're like looking at him. And yeah, it's like kind of annoying sometimes when he wakes up in the middle of the night. Whatever, you know, like it's like this. It's this whole thing, man, and it's awesome.
That rules.
Really, really cool. So
I get it. He's so cute.
And that helps.
Yeah.
I sometimes wonder if my baby wasn't cute, if I would still like it. I think I would, but it helps that he's
just so cute.
I would say medical grade adorable.
I know. When I was holding him, I was like, I see why you do this all
right?
day. Yeah. Meanwhile, your wife's just like, no, hold him. I don't want to hold him anymore. I'm so tired. My arm's tired.
Does it feel like holding a little tiny me?
A little bit.
Kinda.
Yeah.
He's
like a little rounder like version. Dumpling. He's a little dumpling. So
he's a little dumpling. Oh. Anyways, that was me. What about you, Jenny? What kind of Asian were you this week?
I was a chaotic Asian.
What does that mean?
Okay. So this is very specific, but yesterday in the evening, it was a Friday, I have this kind of ritual with my friend, and he's moving out of the city. So this was like our final hurrah, where we take an edible
on Fridays
at like 5 p.m. And then we go on a long walk and we talk about life. And then we come back and we like do a movie night.
Where just like walk around the city?
In Central Park, because he lives on the Upper West Side.
Wow.
Yeah. So we met up, we took an edible. I leave my phone in the apartment because I want to be present, and I'm also sick of being on my phone.
Yep.
And so I decide, okay, I'm going to leave my phone. We end up walking for an hour and a half. Now, during this period, my phone has started blowing up. I'm unaware of all of this. Yes. Blissfully unaware, being present. I come back to what I would, in my high brain, was emergency.
Yeah.
So my phone's blowing up. One of those texts is with Mike.
Yep.
And a person who's famous.
Yes.
And it becomes a request to like possibly do something for a project.
Yeah.
And I'm high out of my mind. Like, I'm not kidding. And here's the thing. As that's happening, the other text message I missed.
Yeah.
My friend has been dating an older gentleman.
Ooh, how much older?
We are the same age, and this gentleman's 50.
Oh, okay.
So about 20-year age gap.
Respectable age difference.
Enough where it's like we're in a different generation.
Okay.
She springs on us that this man is gonna come by, and I've never met him before.
Come by your apartment.
Come by like that night. Like to where we're hanging out.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, wait, I have to talk to him. I'm high out of my mind. And there's very little details on it because she's with him at the moment. So she's like, he is going to maybe be joining us. And I was like, for the whole night? Like, I'm can't have conversation with a stranger right now.
Let
alone a stranger who is like older and also like I know about their whole dating situation. You know what I mean? Like I just, it was a situation where I was like, I don't know if I can make someone comfortable who I don't know very well.
Wow.
Or at all, period, a stranger.
So you got this, you got like multiple fronts of craziness happening on your phone.
Exactly. So one is I need to get back to y'all about like, are we saying yes to this project or no?
Because it's you and me together.
Yes.
Yeah.
And and you texted me on the side.
Yes.
Because we were on a group thread and then you texted me on the side and you're like, hello, what are you going to do?
So and just for everyone to know from my non-high context, I was doing my thing. I was being Mr. Mom and I was like taking care of my son.
This is like 6 p.m. on a Friday. It's very fair to not be high. It's very early.
And I'm like, oh, Jenny's not returning the text. She's either really high or I don't know. Actually, you could just be, I don't know. Sometimes you're just like doing whatever,
like
errands,
living my life,
living your life. And I'm like, oh shit, but I think we need to get back to this person pretty soon. But I was like, okay, relax, everything's okay. And I was just like trying to focus on my son. And I was like, okay, everything's fine. But yeah, continue.
So I'm not kidding. If you could see this, what was happening, I was screaming at my friends the fact that I have to meet this man.
Yes.
And then also screaming that I have to get back to saying yes to this project. And the other thing is I start a full-time job next week.
Yes.
So I'm like, don't know what my schedule is going to be like or the environment I'm in. So I'm trying to make these decisions while being high.
Yes.
So kind of none of my facilities are there.
Yeah, none.
And so anyways, within this 15-minute period, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to say yes to this thing. We'll figure it out later when I'm sober. And then this person shows up and I have to interact with a stranger who's 20 years older than me that has this relationship with my friend. High out of my mind. And I wasn't sure what his stance is on weed.
Right.
And so I tried to hide it and I didn't, he was in workout clothes. So I said, did you work out? And he said, no. And then I got so anxious that I made a mistake that I stopped talking. And then my other friend who was high decided to take the slack by talking too much. He monologued so much that we got to the point where we somehow forced this older gentleman who's 50 to watch Keke Palmer meme videos.
Oh my God.
And so this poor man is forced to talk to two people who are high.
He's in workout clothes.
Not working out. Forcibly made to watch Keke Palmer videos. He's like a straight 50-year-old man. He doesn't care about Keke Palmer videos.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we're like, okay. And he's like, I think I'm going to go. We're like, great. Like just fully scared him. And then he left. And I ended it by saying, I'm sorry that I was high. And I don't know why I said that, but I
said that to him?
Yes, because I felt like I had to explain.
Away with it.
But I felt like I had to explain what was going on. I was like, I'm so sorry I was high. I'm usually better than this. And then he was like, no, it's okay. He like laughed. He's like, no, it's okay. And I was like, okay. Because like I could be fun. Like, I could be fun.
Yeah.
Just not right now. It was like a chaotic 30-minute period.
This is in 30 minutes.
Yes, between like our text thread and that situation going down was like a 30-minute period of me coming back, checking my phone.
Yeah.
Anyways, the lesson here is do not leave your phone at home. That's like literally, I like missed so many important texts in this like very weird 1 hour period of me walking.
That's what you get for trying to be present.
I know. I really regret it.
Get with the rest of us in the metaverse. Yeah. All right. Get out of the presence. Get into the.
I need to be walking with like an Oculus on my head at all times.
We need to shoot the text into your retinal nerve.
Yeah.
So that you can't even when you blink, you still see the text message.
That was my lesson. Also, apparently, a lot of things can happen at 5 to 7 p.m. on a Friday.
Yo, that's when
I thought that would be a lull time.
You would think so. You would think so. There is no lull time.
No,
anymore.
there was no lull time.
Not in the metaverse.
No
way.
Not
at any time. You could be getting gigs. You could be getting older gentlemen stopping by your. Wait, hold on. Was it your apartment?
No, it was my friend's apartment.
Oh shit! Damn.
And they're moving, so their apartment's also packed. So there's nowhere to sit. It was the oddest experience I've ever had.
Why did your friend bring this gentleman around? Like, was it just to hang out?
I think they were hanging out, and then they were walking together, and she just knew that if we found out that he was here and didn't say hi to us, we would get mad.
I see.
But at the same time, I was mad that I had to talk to him while I was high.
Yeah.
And then I told her I would have also been mad if I didn't get to say hi. So really, you can't win when you're my friend.
Did he seem like a nice gentleman?
I can't. He was so quiet.
Okay.
Like someone who's afraid. You know when like it's like I was like, this is a fear response.
You can see his dilated pupils.
And he was just like really quiet and still. And I was like, you're afraid of us. Two high people who have no idea what the social norms are.
Now, to be fair, I think from his perspective, you know, if you think it was weird for you, it definitely was weird. He's like, I hung out with two people who were 20 years younger than me, who one of them kept showing me something called memes. A very nice lady who...
We're like, have you seen the Kiki Palmer meme from the Vanity Fair interview? He's like, no. You know, it's like insane stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
That was my day yesterday. I am still coming down from it this morning.
Well, now you've handed it off to me and I'm going up.
Yeah.
I'm going up into wherever you were. Where there's Kiki Palmer memes floating around.
So now you see why edibles. My texts were chaotic. I was texting Mike, sorry, I'm high right now.
Now, here's the thing too, is that I've you know, whenever I've been high off my gourd, I really don't think people can tell unless there's like a physical thing where you're like, oh, my eyes are really red or something like that. Because there's been plenty of times where I'm like, I'm super high, and I'll tell people, I'm sorry, I'm super high. And they're like, I can't tell.
Right.
You know?
I feel that way about me too. But I say it immediately.
Right.
Which is what I did over text.
Right.
Because I don't know if he could have told like from my text that I'm high.
No.
But I felt like I had to be honest.
No. There was no way I was going to read this bubble. Be like, this high ass woman, look at this, using the wrong there. How high are you?
God.
You mean THEIR?
Yeah. Get out of here.
Yeah. So no, I think that was cool.
It was fun. It was a fun, chaotic 30 minutes. Now that I look back on it, but in it, I was like, the world is ending. I'm making too many decisions in this state.
This is good. Let's hope that next Friday is just as fun.
Yeah, I know. We'll see.
We'll see. You know what else is going to be a little chaotic too is this week's Das Race News.
Let's get into it.
This was a fun one. So I'll set it up. Originally, someone had DM'd me and sent me this video of a white woman making Vietnamese spring rolls. And she goes through the whole thing, and it's like, you gotta do the thing. You gotta, whatever, use these fillings. And, then she makes the sauce. And, oh, yum, whatever. And this very nice fan was like, look at this person colonizing our shit, right? And at first I was like, it's okay. It didn't seem egregious. It wasn't like, sometimes in these videos, they like add shit you don't need to add. Like, I don't know how I feel about, I've seen this. I've seen people put avocado in pho now.
No.
I'm not into it, but I sometimes wonder, I'm like, am I being too much of a traditionalist?
I mean, have you tried it?
I haven't tried it. I don't.
But I feel like it's going to be bad.
I don't think from a culinary perspective, it's a hot soup.
Yeah.
So I feel avocado in something like that. You wouldn't put a hot soup in, you wouldn't put avocado in like chicken noodle soup or something.
That's how I feel. Like, yeah. The only place where I can see it in a soup is like a Mexican, or a chili maybe.
Right. Maybe a chili. A chili is okay because it's you got the thickness.
Yeah. Or like a very white person Mexican chicken soup or whatever.
I think, yes. So this spring roll recipe that this person made didn't seem too bad. It seemed like, okay, they're making spring rolls. But then, funny enough, I went to Twitter and I came across this really funny tweet. And it's hard to explain over the thing. Maybe we can play it on the video.
Today I'm going to show you my newest obsession. I call these my sausage tacos that I have been obsessed with lately. I made it up all by myself and they're so good. Okay, so first you're going to take these really cute fluffy tortillas and you're just going to open them up. They kind of do it for you. And then I'm going to take this American kind of crema thing. I'm not really sure, but this is what I use. Coat it. Okay, and then I'm going to take the sausage, plop that in. And then I like to top mine with this American salsa de tomate and then also this. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I think it's mustard. I got it all at Trader Jose because it's super accessible to everyone. There is my sausage taco. Make sure y'all blow this up so it gets super popular, and then it can start showing up in our stores, and that way we can start paying like $25 for one of these.
This Latinx girl, she's kind of like parodying how people...
Food TikTokers.
Right, describe ethnic food. And she does it by reversing it. So instead of doing... instead of talking about like an exotic thing like spring rolls, she just talks about hot dogs, right? And she talks about it in terms of Mexican food,
right,
which I think is hilarious. So I realize now describing a TikTok makes no sense when you say it out loud. But
it's just reversing the way the way it is. Non-white food or non-American food is discussed.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So it made me realize that like sometimes when people do these food TikToks, it makes it seem like it's like so unusual and strange. And that maybe I guess it is for them, but it's just regular ass food.
Yeah.
It's just regular. And I'll be honest with you, 90% of Vietnamese food is just rice.
Right.
In different forms. We got noodle rice. We got flat noodle rice. We sometimes take the rice, we turn it into a wrap.
Yeah.
We sometimes blast the rice into this kind of like milky thing that we then turn into like a cake.
Yeah.
It's rice,
but
y'all.
That's what makes it so good. I fucking love rice.
Right? Yeah. I don't know. But I showed you this thing. What'd you think of it?
Yeah, I think that I have this like I always wonder where we draw the line between like appropriation and appreciation, because I'm not always angry when someone makes like a white person makes food that's not white people food. Like go off sometimes. Yeah. But I think what bothers me is when people talk from a place of authority. I think that's what bothers me, is when it's like, I know better than you vibes. I'm like, actually, you don't get to say that about at least about this food.
Come on.
Yeah. And so I was telling Mike, like there was this one that I saw of this like food TikToker. He's verified, so I think he's like popular. He does like cooking stuff, and his whole thing was like, if you're eating gyoza like this, it's don't eat it like that. And it was dipping it in the sauce. And he's like, the way you have to eat it is, and you bite up end of it, and then he pours sauce into the middle of the gyoza, and then he eats it. This white dude, he's like, this is the way to eat it. And then the comment section is like, bruh, like I have been eating gyoza, like I am from gyoza culture, and we don't eat it like that. I just dip it. Like no one eats it like that. That's not like the right way to eat it or whatever. But he talked about it from a place of authority. Like he's like, if you're eating it like this, you're doing it all wrong. And I'm just like, that's what rubs me the wrong way.
I think that's the key. It's like, it's not so much, because I always talk about how Anthony Bourdain, I felt, did food like travel right, and he loved Vietnamese food, and he's the one he showed me bún chả, right? And so that was like one of his favorite dishes, and I think it's because he went to the place and like tried to learn about the thing and would like defend the way that these people eat it, and he's trying to do it the way they do it. Right. He's not the one. He's like, I didn't discover this food. It was here, and I'm here to learn about it.
Yes.
Whereas,
I'm trying it and learning about it.
Right. Exactly. Whereas I think in other times, I mean, in some of these food TikToks, it's like they present it in a way such that it's like they developed it.
Yes.
And sometimes sometimes they're so confidently wrong about something.
Yeah.
One thing I'll notice is with like for this spring roll TikTok, they didn't talk about fish sauce.
Oh.
And that's like a key thing. They talked about the peanut sauce, which is important, but Vietnamese people, about that fish sauce.
I know.
Okay. Yes. Well, you want to get some spring rolls up in here?
Yeah, you better get some fish sauce in there.
Where's the fish sauce though? Yeah. Okay, so it's that's sort of what it is, and that sort of thing then, because then people are gonna see that, and then they're gonna like think that this is the real way to do it.
Right.
And then when a Vietnamese person does it another way, they're gonna be like, well, you did it wrong. You're not eating the gyoza the right way. Why aren't you pouring it in there? It makes it so like we're not telling the story anymore. Yeah. Somebody else is telling the story.
Exactly. I think the thing about this TikTok is the way that she frames it. So like she talks about the ingredients and things like that. It's like, it's just like, I don't know what this is. It's like, or like, you know what I mean? It's like, I think I don't really, there is like a lack of knowledge in the way that people talk, certain TikTokers, certain food people like talk about like ethnic foods that is like belittling or like there's no learning behind it. It's just like, it's like kind of like their version of ketchup or whatever. And you're like, what the heck? That's not it at all, And I think that's what she gets right with the tone of it.
Yes.
Is like the lack of knowledge at all.
Right. Like that. They literally just like discovered this somewhere on like through some Yelp thing.
Yeah. And then they just like talk about it. I don't know.
Isn't that like weird? It's like
belittling way.
I always think about how like it's weird if you're like a first mover in the social media space for something. You become like the expert in that thing. You know, just because you were the first person to post about it.
Yeah.
You know, I always think about that.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, like Emily Mariko, probably everyone thinks that she's like the best. I don't know, like because she made that salmon bowl on TikTok, and now she's a salmon bowl professional. She
I don't know. She invented salmon.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
She made a fish. It's like godlike. Some would say.
Suck it, evolution. All right. One thing I always think about too about when I see a Vietnamese food thing is that there's so much kinds of Vietnamese food.
Yeah.
There is like a huge world. First of all, there's a whole section of Vietnamese food, which is desserts. Right? And a lot of our desserts, because we're fucking Southeast Asian, dude. Mung beans, red beans, this crazy gelatinous thing, coconut milk, tapioca.
I love gelatinous things.
Dude.
Like I love jello.
Y'all aren't even ready for it's a lot of jellies, lychees and stuff like that.
That's like right.
Never have seen it. I'm a little afraid if a white food TikToker finds out about this. Yeah. Because they will fuck that shit up. But you know, it's because like Vietnamese food, right? It's like it's pho, it's banh mi sandwiches, it's coffee, it's and spring rolls. Yeah. There's so much more stuff.
Of course. I think every Asian culture,
there's so much
we know this much of it. I feel the same way about Japanese food. I'm like, even not just sushi and ramen. Right. Like there's so much other stuff.
Is there some real crazy Japanese shit?
Crazy.
Not even crazy, but just like deep cut Japanese food.
I mean, I feel like a lot of like home cooked meals are like that, you know? I can't think of anything specifically right now, but I think there's so many different dishes that like never will be discussed.
It's a huge country.
Yeah, and like there's regional food.
Yeah.
There's like as in any country.
Yeah.
That's different. And like I don't know, you won't get at a restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyways, what's the moral of the story?
White people are bad.
There you go.
And we hate them. No, I'm just kidding.
It's I don't know. Read a book. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, what are we saying?
I think it's just like when it comes to this like culture stuff, there's like a fine line between appropriation and appreciation. I do think some people sometimes get mad all the time.
Yeah, you don't have to get mad.
And I'm like, you don't have to get mad. I think it's just like we call it out when it feels like belittling or not fully appreciative of the culture that it's, taking from or what's quote unquote celebrating. Right. That's my takeaway. I made a video about this. I just like my least favorite thing is when like white people pretend like they discovered things for the first time.
Like salmon.
Yes. That's not Emily Mariko's fault.
Oh, okay.
She's cool. She's cool and I like her videos.
All right. There you go. So, that was race news.
Well, you know me, Mike. You know me, right?
I know.
You know. If you know this, if you know anything about me, you know that I'm out there.
Yes. You're out there.
I'm out there pounding, and a lot of people are like, "Fumi, why are you so good at pounding?" And by a lot of people,
I always ask that. I don't even believe you.
By a lot of people, I just mean Mike. The secret is, it is Helix Sleep Mattress. Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just 2 minutes to complete and matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Why would you buy a mattress made for someone else? With Helix, you're getting a mattress that you know will be perfect for the way you sleep and pounding.
Everybody's unique and pounds uniquely, and Helix knows that. So they have several different mattress models to choose from. They have soft, medium, and firm. Wink, wink. Mattresses. Mattresses great for cooling you down if you get hot, and even a Helix Plus mattress for plus size sleepers. Because hey, man, everybody needs love.
Just go to helixsleep.com/Asian. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to the customized mattress that will give you the best sleep/pound of your life.
They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for free for 100 nights, risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you will.
Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helix.com/Asian.
That's helix.com/Asian for up to $200 off. And when you're doing your threesomes, 2 free pillows.
Now back to this.
Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. I want to know what you all do to take care of your mind. Do you read? Do you just chill? Do you go on long walks? I got one friend, he just dances in public. That's like his thing. And that's his form of self-care. Hey, whatever works for you. I think these last few years, we've become more and more aware of how important self-care, how important therapy can be. I've done a bunch of different forms of therapy. I've done in-person therapy. I've done CBT. I've done text-based therapy. I even had a few sessions with some coaches. And I'll tell you, they definitely helped me work through a lot of different things. But maybe you don't have time or the ability to go meet someone in person. What's cool about BetterHelp is it's online therapy. So you can do video, phone, or chat-only therapy. It's more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in 48 hours. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Asian. That's betterhelp.com/Asian. Going online without ExpressVPN, it's like using your smartphone without a protective case. Why would you take the chance? Every time you connect to an unencrypted network in a cafe, at a hotel, etc., your online data isn't secure, and any hacker on the same network can gain access to and steal your personal data. It's that simple. So what does ExpressVPN do? It creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. It's so secure, it would take a hacker with a supercomputer over 1 billion years to get past ExpressVPN's encryption. All you got to do is fire up the app, click one button, and you're protected. I love ExpressVPN because it's so easy to use. Just one click and go. Secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/Asian. That's expressvpn.com/Asian, and you can get an extra 3 months free. expressvpn.com/Asian. Let's get into our other segment here. We got some voicemails. Love voicemails. If you want to get up on these voicemails, you can just leave us a voicemail at 646-809-7231. 646-809-7231. It can be about anything. A lot of people just tell us kind of like what kind of Asian they were, which is cool.
Yeah.
But it could be really whatever you want, as you will see in just a second.
Hi, this is Teresa calling from the East Bay in California, hometown. This week, I have been an Asian who likes Asians. Growing up, I'm one of those Asians who avoided other Asian people, subconsciously. I always thought that to grow or to have access to opportunities I didn't know about, or to live the life that I imagined myself living through what I see on TV and through people around me, is to stay away from Asian people. And this week, recently, I've just been coming to realize that I have been avoiding Asians because I had a certain idea of what it means to be Asian, as many of us do growing up. And I realized that there are other Asian people like me, and I'm so stoked to find them. Recently, I went on this Asian Pacific Islander retreat, that brought together different kind of activists and healers, therapists, acupuncturists, a small group of us for a weekend. And it was just so transformational and heartwarming to feel like, these are my people. Like people who want to change the world, people who want to kind of reclaim our practices and traditions in a way that feel good to us. Like all the dishes would be cleared without anyone saying a word. Food's always abundantly on the table. Everyone is taken care of, but we don't feel resentful for being the caretaker. It was amazing.
Boom. Boom. Okay, this one, first of all, shouts. East Bay.
East Bay.
East Bay.
Teresa.
This is, I love East Bay queens like this. Mm-hmm. As soon as she said healers, practices, transformational, I was like, this girl definitely, when she's at a poetry slam, she's snapping.
Oh my God,
she's snapping.
yeah.
Okay, you're right. She's. I encountered, East Bay like what I would call hippie Asians like this, you know, and I'm all about it. It's like meeting like a world traveler, you know, but she lives on Telegraph.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I imagine really flowy pants with elephant prints on it. You know what I'm talking
yes.
about?
Oh, yes. This person's been to Tibet and
yeah.
to Thailand. Yeah. Telegraph Avenue, not Telegraph, the weird social media thing.
Oh,
Telegraph
yeah.
Avenue, the cool store.
Kind of
the cool area.
Berkeley, Oakland. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think this is an interesting one. It's like, I totally identify with like, you know, I wasn't like for a long time I wouldn't hang out with other Vietnamese people.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, I'm not really that Vietnamase, I guess. I don't really speak the language, and bowls of pho are always like correcting me and shit like that. And so I was like, I guess maybe I can't hang out with Vietnamese people.
Yeah.
But then, you know, over time I'm like, you know what? There's all kinds of different Vietnamese people and all kinds of Asian people, and I actually just find the people that make sense for me.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool. And I think that's what this person did.
Yeah, I fully agree. I understand this journey.
Yeah.
I think it's like for me it was it's like the fear of being seen as one of many and not as an individual. And so when you are it's like when you're in the Asian group or like with only Asian people, I think I had this fear that I wouldn't be seen as my own person.
Yes.
I'm just one of the Asian people at the school.
And
so I think subconsciously, similarly, I would try to differentiate myself by like hanging out with the like white kids.
Yes.
To be like, and also I leaned on my sense of humor a lot to be like the funny one.
Right.
To like be my own person. And so I similarly went through a very, a journey in my adulthood where I was like, what the heck? Why don't I can hang out with Asian people? In fact, it helps because you have a shared lived experience. Not always, but sometimes it's like easier to talk about stuff that you're going through with an Asian person because you know, you can kind of understand where you're coming from, much like the reason why I pushed to have an Asian therapist is because like I don't have to explain certain things. And so I fully understand the journey that Teresa's been on because I subconsciously tried to make friends with non-Asians growing up just to be not just to be known more than just the Asian girl. Right.
Yep. You weren't like part of like the Japanese student club, was there such a one?
There was one at Berkeley, but I feel like being Japanese is weird because it's like so fetishized in a certain way.
Oh my god.
Where like I did do that one, but it's very small. First of all, there aren't a lot of Japanese people, and then if I join the other one that's like more like just Japanese culture stuff, it's mostly people who just love anime, which is like cool and chill, but I don't like anime that much. So like I have nothing to talk. I'm like I rather just talk about comedy.
Right.
Like let's talk about the last episode of SNL over like anime. Like I don't know anything about anime or
Jenny,
like Naruto.
Why are you denying your own culture? Okay.
Yeah, and that's my not liking anime is my self-hatred, not because I don't like cartoons that much.
Because you don't like Naruto, that you are denying your true self.
Yeah. If you were my therapist, you would steer me in the wrongest direction.
Decolonize your mind.
Watch Naruto.
Watch One Piece.
One Piece, yeah.
This is amazing. That's yeah.
Yeah, but I think that rules that like she is doing it now. She's like finding her people now. Yeah. Which is how I feel with Asian prom and like finding the Asian comedians here.
Yes, there you go.
It's my version of that.
Sounds cool that like this little like I don't know hangout that they went to, and it's funny that everyone cleared the dishes. That's important. Yeah, that is okay. I'm not doing everybody's dishes. Mm-hmm. And then there was always food at the table. That's great.
That's hopefully so Asian. Yeah, I love that.
More than Doritos or whatever, like I would do. But I mean, heck, I just fed you just now.
Yeah, it's true. Mike did just feed me. It was very nice.
I love doing that.
I know you do feed me every time, and I'm always like, "Thank you."
I always wonder when you come over, is it like way different from your other friends, those places?
What do you mean, like in terms of getting fed?
I guess more just like the vibe. There's that word.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess because I got a kid.
I think you all definitely feed me more. Like it's like a meal. Yeah. Whereas like other people, it's like chips or whatever. Yeah. And I show up and you're like, do you want eggs? Like it's like a full breakfast. It's a hearty breakfast.
That's a hearty. You want some beans?
Yeah.
I got beans.
What do we say? Soft Asian dad. I really like that phrase. I would wear a hat that says soft Asian dad. Because I feel that I sometimes encompass that energy as well.
100%. We have some t-shirt designers who listen to us. Make us some of these soft Asian dad shirts.
Yes.
I would wear that.
I would absolutely wear that.
Yo, soft Asian dad is such a jujitsu vibe too,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying? I just like take your energy and just like change it in my soft body and I just turn it back on you and like, eggs.
Yeah. I love it. It is soft Asian dad energy that you have.
I got you.
You're like, do you want more bagels? I was like, no, thank you
We have
very
so many
much.
bagels.
I know.
We love bagels. We also have so many kinds of seltzers.
Yes, it really, you treat me very well when I come
Just
over.
because I think about when I was your age.
Yeah.
Just I lived with skaters.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We only had one knife.
Okay, I'm better than that. I have more than one knife. Don't worry.
So I just don't know how other people live.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to other comedians' houses
Yeah.
when I have to like record their podcasts and stuff like that. And some of them have like, you know, it's a good bachelor setup.
Yes.
You know, there's like, oh, you got a kettlebell.
Yeah.
And a bed.
Yeah. Totally.
And I'm like, cool. I don't want to use your bathroom because
Yeah.
I don't know what's in there. So, you know, that's usually what I'm feeling. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Go and find your community wherever those people may be.
Yes. Be proud of your heritage.
All right, let's change it up a little bit with this voicemail here.
Great.
What's up, guys? Recently I've been over it Asian. I'm Asian from the East Coast. Wanted to try out Hawaii. Came out here just to feel normalized. But yeah, it's sort of a bubble. And Asians out here, they don't really go through the same shit that we do in the mainland. So yeah, in a sense, I think misery loves company. As it sucks as being Asian in the mainland, if you're aware, it sort of sucks more being in Hawaii. So I'm going back to Asia. All right, later, peace.
This guy is what I would call a Eeyore Asian.
Oh my.
Man, if this is how he sounds in Hawaii,
I know.
dang, dude, man, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very different tone.
Very different
than the
tone.
last
I think this
message.
guy needs to go to the East Bay.
Yeah.
Connect with some healing practices.
Yes.
All right. Find your chakra.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe contribute some mana. And you know what? I mean, I feel a lot of people in the pandemic, especially, went to Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to escape
in
it.
a way that was bad for Hawaiians.
Oh, I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
I got a friend who bought a place in Hawaii, and I'm like, good for you, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for sure. I'm for sure I'm not thinking that Hawaiians were real jazzed about all this.
Yeah.
So but you know, to go back to this guy's thing, I think a lot of people went there. You know what? If you're not going to be happy, then doing it in a beautiful place just makes it the same, except with waves. You know.
I know. I have questions for this person.
Oh, okay.
I wonder, why you left the mainland. I guess that's very interesting to me. I wonder if it was to find more Asian people. I don't know if doing it in Hawaii was the move.
Yeah.
Just because Hawaii is different. It is different from the mainland. I would say.
For sure.
I have a lot of like my grandpa was born there, so his whole that whole side is there.
Whoa.
And it's very different than how I was raised in California.
Culturally
Yeah. It is a very different place. There's a lot of its own culture.
Sure.
And own pacing and like community, like it's very different than the mainland.
Yeah.
So I am curious why he left.
Yeah.
I do think that I understand why in a place that is kind of smaller and has its own like maybe insulated, is that the word I'm trying to use?
Yeah.
Like community.
Oh, I
I
see.
see why like being an outsider can be hard.
Right. Because you're not
Insular. Is that what I said?
Yeah, that's the
not
word.
insulated. Insular.
I like to think insulated.
Yeah,
because
insulated.
you're protected from temperatures. So,
Temperatures,
yeah, I think, if you're going someplace, I mean, a lot of us, I think, are looking for a place where you feel safe and you have community.
Yeah.
Right? But like, Hawaii, they got the community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got their thing. And in fact, they're trying to like preserve that community.
Yeah.
Right? Rightly so. They're a whole other kingdom, dog.
Yeah.
You know? So if you're going to go there to try to find community, it might be difficult for you unless you like really try to adopt those values of that community, right? And do their whole thing, which we got to respect where that is. But yeah, otherwise I like his other plan, which was go to Asia.
Yeah, which is going to be really hard.
That's going to be tricky, dude. I don't know where in Asia you're from, but like, I think they have a community there as well.
That's the other part. I'm like, and in fact, some might have languages that are different. That make it hard to build a community. Though you can find it. Maybe you can find like, I don't know, an expat community.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I feel like that's a whole different. Series. I feel like
when you go to expat places too, is like you can find people who are like minded like you, but then sometimes you might just find people who are also into anime again, and you're like, oh, I'm into This is the anime club, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm like, how do I keep ending up in the anime club?
I haven't seen the 13th season of Naruto.
Yeah,
okay, guys?
Exactly.
I think I feel like our two voicemails, they should talk to each other.
I know. I know. I agree. I think for this person, not that you're asking for advice, but I feel like feel like there's something deeper than just finding the right community, but our place. I think there's like something a little bit deeper about like kind of understanding maybe like where the need for this community or like the struggle to find it comes from, like for yourself. And then going from there. This is my therapy, like brain kicking in.
Yeah, I love it.
Where I'm like, I think sometimes you have to like observe, like, what is it about me that, like, that one, I haven't had this in the past. Maybe it just wasn't there. But two, like, is making it difficult for me to like meld into.
Yes.
I mean, partially, I feel like we are, like, you have to kind of be the person to, if you can't find the right community, you have to be the person to build it yourself.
Yo, yes. Look inside.
Look inside.
Why don't you travel to the paradise inside of you?
Your brain, your soul, your existence.
Spirit air doesn't go there. Okay. There is no baggage fee though.
Yeah.
You just go there whenever you want. And you can check it out. I don't know why I'm talking like Donald Trump right now. I'm sorry.
Is this how Donald Trump talks?
No. I'm doing the hands though.
Oh, I see.
But
I literally was like, did I forget what Donald Trump sounds like? Because you sound much calmer and smarter than him.
So, I think don't try to run from your problems,
I would
Just
agree.
be cool.
Yeah, don't run from your problems. I just don't think any geographic place will fix it. That will be my other piece of
except
feedback.
Except maybe moving to New York City, baby.
Yeah,
but we found our community here too.
Yeah,
so.
he's an East Coast. He's an East Coast Asian. He said.
Oh, did he say?
Yeah.
Did he say that? Okay.
So I wonder I wonder what East Coast means.
Damn, dude. We're always talking to East Coast Asians. They're always trying to get the fuck out of there. I get it.
I know. Now after like the last episode, I'm like, there's something to be dug into for East Coast Asians, I think, that I don't know about.
That's why we're here, okay?
Yeah, we're going to solve this mystery.
We're going to solve this mystery. We're going to build this community ourselves.
Yeah.
All right? Okay, if you want to get into these voicemails too and tell us about your East Coast experience, 646-809-7231. And I think that's the podcast. So we're just going to do that. We're going to end it there.
Yeah, keep it short and sweet.
We're going to it's actually not that short. It's still 55 minutes.
We talked for that long.
I can't believe it. I think, you know what it was? I got really lost in your high story. Oh. I was like, this is crazy, bro.
Trust me. It felt like hours in there in my brain. It felt like it lasted hours.
How much did you have?
5 milligrams. Nothing. It's nothing. I mean, I'm a lightweight.
I'm a lightweight when it comes to edibles too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't have been. I had no business being that high. But I really wish there was a camera to see you so you could have seen me screaming as I checked my phone. Like pure chaos.
There should be some sort of app that does that. Like you can set it and like I'm gonna be high, and then every time you pick up your phone, it just captures you screaming.
Yeah, and then the phone goes, calm down. It's not that big of a deal.
Not a big deal.
But when you're in that state, everything
sounds insane.
Impossible and heightened. I'm like, wow, I have to text Mike right now. It felt impossible.
What if I had FaceTimed you? Would you have like lost your...
I would have picked up, but I would have been like, oh, Mike, I'm sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. And then I would have monologued for 5 minutes and you would have been like, this call wasn't worth it.
No. Yeah. And thank you very much to our listeners and everything. If you want to check us out on Instagram, we're at Asian Not Asian Pod, and you can find me there at Nice Pants Bro.
And I'm at Jenny Arimoto.
And yeah, you know what? You can pop that edible right now.
You have permission from your soft Asian dad.
Soft Asian dad. Bye.
Bye.